Episode 6, Joseph and Romane, Treasure Hunter School. That morning, excitement reigned at St. Charles School. In the sun-drenched courtyard, the children were bustling about with enthusiasm. Joseph and Romane, hand in hand, walked toward their class, eager to discover the surprise announced by the principal, Mrs. Laval. As soon as they entered the room, the teacher, Mrs. Bonnet, gave them a knowing smile. "Today, we're going to live a great adventure. The principal has organized a treasure hunt for all the kindergarten classes," she exclaimed. A murmur of excitement ran through the ranks. Her eyes sparkling, Romane turned to her brother. "The treasure hunt. Do you think there will be a card with a cross?" Joseph shrugged with an amused smile. "We'll see. Maybe we'll have to solve some riddles." After morning prayer, each class gathered in the large courtyard where Madame Laval spoke. "Dear children, today, you are going to go in search of a treasure hidden in the school. To succeed, you will have to pass several tests. Be smart, courageous and, above all, have fun." The teams were formed and each group received a first clue written on a piece of parchment aged by hand by the teachers. Joseph and Romane teamed up with their friends Louis, Camille and Eleanor. "Look, the riddle," said Louis as he unrolled the paper. "Among the neatly arranged books, an old secret is locked away. Leaf through it, look carefully, the rest of your quest is hidden there." "The library," cried Camille. With one impulse, the children ran to the school library. They began to enthusiastically search the shelves under the amused eye of Madame Dupuis, the librarian. "Remember, this is an old secret. What book could contain a clue?" Joseph murmured as he scanned the shelves. Romane, who was smaller, looked up at an imposing leather-bound dictionary. With Eleanor's help, she gently pulled it out. A small piece of paper fell to the ground. "Where the sun hits, under the bench, you have to look." The children exchanged a knowing look. "In the courtyard, on the bench by the wall," Louis said. They rushed forward laughing, avoiding the little ones who were happily scampering about. When they reached the stone bench, they leaned over and discovered a small wooden box. Joseph opened it carefully. Inside, a drawing showed a swing and a slide. "The playground," exclaimed Camille. This time, they ran at full speed towards the playground. There, under the slide, an envelope was waiting. They opened it feverishly and discovered the last clue. "Under the tree of wisdom, the treasure rests peacefully." "The olive tree in the courtyard," whispered Eleanor. The children rushed towards the large olive tree that stood in the center of the courtyard. Dug into the ground, a small metal chest protruded slightly. Carefully, Joseph and Romane pulled it out. When they opened it, they discovered a pile of chocolate medallions and a note from Madame Laval. "Well done, little adventurers. Your intelligence and team spirit have allowed you to find the treasure. Enjoy your reward." Proud and delighted, the children shared the chocolates under the benevolent gaze of the teachers. Mrs. Laval arrived and smiled at them. "You were great. This treasure hunt was a way to teach you to think together and help each other." Romane happily bit into her chocolate. "It was the best day of school." Joseph nodded, smiling. "Yes, and next time, maybe we can have a treasure hunt throughout the village." The children's laughter echoed under the large olive tree, as the bell rang the end of recess. A beautiful morning of school had just ended, but the excitement of the adventure still lived in their hearts. In the afternoon, each class returned to the classroom for a moment of sharing around the adventure they had just experienced. Mrs. Bonnet asked the students to share their impressions. Romane raised her hand first. "I loved looking for clues. And above all, I found the paper in the big book." Joseph explained how they had solved the bench riddle thanks to their team spirit. "We all thought about it together, and it was even more fun that way." Mrs. Bonnet smiled. "You see, this treasure hunt wasn't just a game. You learned to observe, think and work together. That's how we grow. When they left school, Joseph and Romane found their parents and enthusiastically told them every detail of their day. Their mother laughed as she listened to them. "We're like real little adventurers." That evening, as she fell asleep, Romane whispered to her brother, "Do you think we could organize a treasure hunt?"